So here's my uniform. Scavenged from Public Works, although I do still work for Public Works. It says taped on the bottom, Steve, Crew 14, Monday, Tuesday, 7 through 10. My phone number again, and a Google URL for more information. I've also personalized it with some writing. I wrote down, because we're allowed to have opinions as public servants. It's not going to interfere with my job. I wrote, I believe the lives of poor black women should matter most in setting my job priorities. I support BLM, FYI. There's a safety first and always. We could just put an X through that if we want. We could get a black marker and put an X through it. If they want me to do that, I can do that. Yeah, that'd be an easy solution. I guess Nicole isn't much of a solution finder. Seems like she didn't want to find a solution. Seems like she wanted to really make an example of people who show any initiative. I don't know. So this, normally my backpack would go on back and might actually even cover up the Public Works there, because I wear it over my back. It's got, well, nothing in it right now, but when I clean, I usually have to carry extra plastic bags, and if I carry them in my hand or put them in my pocket, it can get inconvenient. So, oh, and then the rest of me, I've got a hat. Oh, it might be she dislikes the hat. It says, if you look closely, no Nike. I crossed that out. It used to say Nike. Maybe there's a rule. I've seen people wearing Nike hats all over the place. Maybe the rule is you're allowed to promote multi-million-dollar corporations and give them free advertising, but you're not allowed to criticize them. I'm not criticizing DPW, though. I love DPW. San Francisco Public Works is pretty great. Look, they even show all these different people on there, but apparently none of them are allowed to wear uniforms or something. I don't know. They're not allowed to identify that they work for San Francisco Public Works. These are my gloves. I bring these myself. They're supposed to supply gloves and vests, but except for my first few days, they haven't offered. And they've been kind of lazy about it with the other workers. I don't know. No one else showed up today, so I don't know. I asked to talk to Victor about it, to look at the regulations and find out what he's citing. He said I'm not allowed to do this, but I've worked in headquarters and I understand the law. I believe I am allowed. This is freedom of speech. I'm not impersonating anyone. If they ask, I'm going to say, I'm a cash aid. Hey, we could write cash aid or something like that over that. Cash aid or general assistance if they want. That would work. But to just drive off and not even discuss it and say, oh, I get to mark him AWOL, well, that's a sign of a boss who's really not taking advantage of things. Kind of poor management. Kind of a little upset with her, but she seemed to have it against me since she started. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm white. Honestly, I like black people, so, and I put that thing on there, and that wasn't really for her entirely. It was mostly just because that's something I agree in, and I think, as a public servant, you should have that right. Oh, hey, by the way, type this in your browser and find the goals of the Public Servant Project. Let me get that for you. There you go. And I guess I'm glad I didn't have the camera, because I wanted to have a camera. Look, see, I brought it, but I figured, people in authority who are keeping secrets would really hate it if I brought a camera, so, and wore it. But police wear body cameras so they're held accountable, and we should have at least the option to have body cameras as public citizens as part of our clothing, which is what I want to do. So I have this phone here, which I brought with me, which is kind of a cheap disposable phone, because I don't know what, it's gonna, if I'm gonna have to wear it, it might get dirty and stuff like that. So I brought it and I was hoping I could wear it, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So here I am. There's a lot of mess to be cleaned up here. She didn't seem to care about that. My boss, Nicole I think is her name. But according to my contract, I have to wait. So at the very least, I could say, hey, at this point in time, I am no longer dressed inappropriately. I don't know. I'm not beyond the late limits. They're supposed to allow you to show up even, I think, 15 minutes late is the standard, although I was early. She was late by a little bit. Nothing big. Most of them are late a little bit. But I was actually early before 7 o'clock. I got here at like 5 till. And I was dressed appropriately. And I did not ever refuse to take off my vest. I simply asked why. I said I wanted to talk to the person. I said I thought this was free expression. And I said that the jacket had been thrown out. And I wasn't intending to impersonate anyone. And I mentioned that I do actually seem to be working for DPW, though. She didn't seem to listen to any of it or want to hear any of it. So I don't know. I think now, according to the terms of my workfare agreement, I have to wait here on this corner for 3 hours. Until my boss shows up and tells me what to do. My boss did show up, but she didn't tell me what to do. My boss, Nicole, she showed up and she did her usual wait around for a little bit in the car, text messaging people. And then she said that that I had to get out of undress, I guess. I have to take off my clothing. I don't know. She didn't really have a solution. She just really said, I can wear this. I think as long as it doesn't interfere with the job, I'm allowed to wear whatever I want. And as far as the impersonating people go, well, let's talk about that, because I'm not sure I see it really either. Anyways, I don't know. It sucks when you're poor in San Francisco, because not having money is one thing, but being treated unfairly by your boss routinely is another, and I wish I didn't have to put up with that.